Yes, it is 12:02, and you know what time it is. ¿Qué pasa, campeones? Welcome to another episode of dspot, here reporting for Barça Blaugranes, of course. My name is Diego. Welcome to another show. Drop in your comments in the comment section below if you want to partake in this interactive, most entertaining, fun debate of all things Barça related, of course. We're going to be discussing, like I said, all things Barça, Atlético, but in particular, I really want to talk about a hot topic, something I know that you guys are passionate as well, and that is two names, Dembele and Andre Gomes. So those will be the two main topics of today's show. Drop in your comments in the comment section below, and let's get it kicking. I should say, if you're new to this channel, of course, consider subscribing if you're a Barça fan or just a Spanish football fan in general. And that's it. Let's get kicking, boy. Yes. Back with the awesome intro. Tell me that is not the most awesomest of YouTube intros or, Barça intros that you have ever seen. I still can't get enough of it. And I've seen it. I've had it on repeat ever since I've got it. I mean, I must have seen it at least 100 gazillion times. At least. Minimum. Guys, drop in your comments in the comment section below. I see you guys blowing up the emoji chat. I see a couple of thumbs up, a couple of hearts. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Where are all of the Barça Blaugranes and dspot loyals? Fill in your comments in the comment section below, because today, like I said, I want to discuss Andre Gomes. I want to discuss Dembele. I want to discuss Valverde and everything that is going around this whole entorno, this whole surrounding spectacle of who he should or should not be playing, etc., etc. But while before we get into that, why don't we discuss a little bit what happened over the weekend? The title decider, in my opinion, and of course in many people's opinion, the two Liga heavyweights. I was kind of poking fun at people calling it the new Clásico of La Liga, hoping that some Madridistas would take offense. Just fun, just having a little bit of fun, okay? All in good nature, all in good spirit, of course. But at least, I mean, we can't debate this. It was the two La Liga title contenders. Barça was leading by 5 points. La Liga leaders. The lead could have either been 2 points, or 8 points, or remain 5 points at the end of the match. And it had everybody nervous, I think. Los indios, los colchoneros, the Atlético fans would have been nervous before the match. But I'm going to confess, as a culé, I was very nervous for this match. And I was expecting Simeone to come out con garra, tío. O sea, con más garra. With really, the knife between the teeth, those first 45 minutes. And it was complete opposite. I mean, it was a complete, utter dismantling by Barça of Atlético's usual playing style, able to recuperate the ball oh so quickly and really be very comfortable, look very comfortable those first opening 45 minutes. And of course, who was it? Anybody else than Leo Messi, who, in the 27th minute, 20-something minute, scored his third consecutive free kick to give us that crucial 1-0 lead before going into the halftime. And I said it in Twitter. I said, guys, I would love to be a fly on the wall in Atletico's dressing room, because Diego Simeone must be putting his face into, I was going to say a bad word, but into the other faces, into the mugs of the other Atlético players, and telling them, guys, despierta, wake up. We are playing for La Liga today. We are playing for the title. If we lose here tonight, decir adios a La Liga. Say goodbye to La Liga, because 8 points clear at this moment and at this time in the season with the defensive solidity of this Barça team, it will be a near impossible task to make this still a competition. And so he had to play offensive football. He had to play attacking football. Yo creo que asustó al Barça. This maybe shocked, scared Barça a little bit, maybe created a little bit of doubts. Barça seemed a little bit weaker, wasn't able to keep possession of the ball like they did in the first half. I was recalling statistics. I think it was along the lines of 70% possession for Barça as opposed to 55% in the second half. A clear shift in tactics there for Diego Simeone. A lot more aggressive. Atletico was a lot more aggressive coming out the second half and looking for the goal, of course, because anything other than a win really meant ciao ciao La Liga. So that was something that surprised me, because we had Tomás, Atletico's inexperienced defender, playing the right back at that point, but I didn't see Barça really taking advantage of that. That's something that para mí llamativo, something that really surprised me, was very grabbed my attention. I was thinking, exploit that right flank, get to Tomás, because that is not his natural position. Barça didn't do so. They didn't have to in the end. The score, of course, remained 1-0. But what was really on all of our minds, besides the injury of Andres Iniesta, it's not really sure yet if he won't be able to play against Chelsea. Will he be fit? Will he not? I hope to God he will, because in those first 45 minutes, he was, in my opinion at least, the best player out there. And with exception to Leo Messi, of course, who scored the 1-0. Coutinho had a good match as well. But what I really want to talk about, and I said this in the beginning of the show, what I want to focus this show about, is what happened in the second half when Andre Gomes came in for Andres Iniesta. Okay? Let's talk about this. As I see a lot of you guys now blowing up the chat. Good to see you, Saad Assad, saying D. Gomez is starting against Chelsea. I can't believe it. Saad Assad, a.k.a. Johnny Carlos, because you're not fooling anyone, Johnny. That is what I want to talk about. So thank you, Saad, for bringing the topic up. I see Musa saying, good morning. Mohammed saying, hello, Diego, love from Pakistan. What's going on, Mohammed? Abraham saying Bartomeu Chibo in Dortmund, Germany right now. Or Bartolomeo Chibo in Dortmund right now. Okay. Good morning. All right, guys. Good morning, and thanks for joining in the chat as well. Quick comment. Keep your questions or comments short and brief so I can really, get them out and clear and concise, basically, so I can read them out quick, snappy, and just keep up the momentum of the show, which is heated right now. All right. So back to Saad Assad's comment to Andre Gomes. Andre Gomes came in for Andres Iniesta. No surprise there. I think we all expected him to come out. For those that was expecting Dembele to come out, you don't know Valverde. You don't know this Barça team right now. We all, at least I knew, that Dembele was not going to have any playing time in this match, and probably not the remainder of the season, when he wasn't even called up in the starting 11 against Las Palmas. That for me already was it. I mean, that for me was Valverde saying, Dembele, I see you, I recognize you, I know that you are a potential, a very talented player, a great potential, but I'm going to use you as of next season. Guys, forget Valverde using Dembele as a really a focal point in our offense at this point in the season. And I agree. I understand and I accept it. Let me explain why. And I said this for those of you that are subscribed to dspot, my YouTube channel, might think that I'm kind of, will have understood my discussion. I mentioned it on the night against Atletico already. But Valverde has a job to do, guys, okay? He was handed over the keys to the Barça kingdom at the start of the season when Bartomeu said, Valverde, I want you to be el mister, the coach of this team, and I want you to drive us to success. Success in Barça is nothing less than winning trophies, guys. Or at least be in the position of competing for trophies. And that means all trophies. That means La Liga, that means Copa del Rey, that means Champions League, and all the trophies that come successively, okay? Now, Valverde has done so. At the beginning of the season, he was handed over, say, a certain amount of tools or certain tools, and he said, these are the tools you have, make it happen. Now, Dembele, he lost Dembele very early on in the season. He lost him for 5 months, okay? I'm not even going to count Dembele's short spell back because he immediately se recayó. He fell again. He re-injured himself. Another month out. So we can say 5 months of that Dembele couldn't count on, or Valverde couldn't count on Dembele. Then Coutinho comes midway through the season. My point being is that until that point, Valverde had to figure out to adopt the system from a 4-3-3 formation to a 4-4-2 formation, getting Luis Suarez back into goal-scoring form as well, which don't forget that he was having an awful spell at that time, at the beginning of the season. Now, he did so fantastically. I mean, look, is anybody here going to argue against the results? Is anybody here going to argue against statistics? Unbeaten, okay, record-breaking season so far, where he's qualified for the Copa del Rey final. He is top of La Liga with 8 points, and he is qualified, as it is today, for the quarterfinals in the Champions League. Because if next week everything finishes 0-0 in the Camp Nou, Barça qualifies. So you cannot argue with a 1-1 draw over in Stamford Bridge. I'm not talking about playing style. I'm not talking about whether we like the way Barça is playing or not. This is a pragmatic Barça. This is a pragmatic Barça, something that Valverde had to basically come up with himself because, again, of the tools that he was handed over at the beginning of the season. Now, who in their right mind, when they're doing a job successfully, and I'm talking to all of you guys, okay, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to you, whether you have a job or whether you're studying, you know, when you're passing your tests, when you're passing your exams with flying colors, when you're doing excellent in your job and you're getting a promotion, you're getting, you know, say a salary rise, or your boss pats you at the back of your, you know, the back of your head and says, "Good job, lad. Good on you, boy." Are you gonna say, "Hey, well, things are going pretty good. I'm just gonna mix it up and do things differently because, why not? I feel like it. I think I can do it better." Okay? No, nobody, okay? Nobody in their right mind would just all of a sudden change everything, throw shit, you know, tits up in the air and go, "I'm going to do it differently. I know that I've been successful, but I'm going to try something else just for the heck of it," okay? Because you know why? You lose risking your job. You lose risking, you know, your reputation or damaging your reputation, damaging your CV, etc. Not having an income, not being able to pay the bills at the end of the month, not having a little something to eat, having a little going out money for a couple of beers with your friends, okay? The same goes for Valverde. Valverde right now is building his legacy, continuing to build his legacy. All of you guys have said he never managed a big team. Well, he is now. He's managing the biggest team. And he's doing so very successfully. So why would he? And he said it himself in a press conference. He says, "I'm not in the mood right now, or I'm not in the position right now to experiment." He is not. He is not in the position right now to experiment. I agree. Experimenting is for the preseason, the off-season, or in the beginning of the league if you want, or if results are not going as planned. Well, guess what? We're halfway or over halfway through the season. We're now competing for titles, and things have been going just fine. Just fine. Trust me. Okay? So Valverde is not going to risk his legacy, his reputation, his job for now just, you know, shit, I've got 2 mega signings that I need to incorporate. I'm sure he's aware of that. Trust me. He's got 2 mega signings that he needs to incorporate, but he needs to figure it out. And he needs the time and patience to figure it out. And you know what? Me, for one, I will give him that time and patience. He's earned our trust. He's earned our patience. He's been doing a great job. So let's give him a little bit more time to figure this out. Meanwhile, let's continue winning games and compete for trophies. Okay? Let's be a little bit pragmatic ourselves as well and say, okay, well, I can't argue with the results. Would I like to see me sobró un wood. I had 1 wood too many. Would I like to see Barça play more offensive football, more attractive football, tiki-taka, total football, call it what you want, Pep, Cruyff, you know, again, call it what you want, of course, but it is what it is right now, guys. This is what it is, okay? Barça or Valverde is going to put his money on certainties, not on experiments. Certainties are what put him in the position he is in today to compete and win a lot of titles. Okay, even if we win only look at me. Even if we win only 2 titles, Copa y Liga, this is going to be a heck of a successful season, and I don't want to hear anything. I'm not having any else of it. Any of it. Okay, guys. So let me quickly go. That's I had to get that off my chest in terms of my defense of Valverde, because I see a lot of you impatient, and I call you guys new generation spoiled culés. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put all of you in a little bag con una cinta with a nice little lasso, and I'm sorry to do so if you are a long time culé, or I'm sorry to put you all in one bag, but just what I see in social media, or what I hear from younger culés here in Barcelona. I'm not liking it. Okay, me, older generation culés, don't agree. Let me take some of your questions. Bora, I see your honest opinion on Gomes. Adrian saying, what's up with Iniesta? Good question. Will he be back for the Champions League? Quick question. The quick answer is no lo sé. We don't know right now. Mohammed is saying, if you don't give Dembele a chance now, why later? I hope I answered your question later, because Dembele is only 20 years old. He's a player that has never had an injury, never, and now had to deal with 2. He doesn't have confidence. When you see him out there, no es un tío que genera confianza. He's not a player that really generates confidence. I'm sorry, Dembele. I know you didn't have a lot of chances, but the ones you did have not been all too convincing. So, which is okay. I understand that you're maybe nervous. It's a big, El Camp Nou is a daunting stadium. You have 100,000 people looking at you. You look at your side, you look at one side, you see Iniesta. You look at the other side, you see Leo Messi. You see Luis Suarez. Big time players, okay? Big name players that un chavalito, a little kid of 20 years old, it can be a little bit daunting for him, given his price tag, given the expectations, given everything, okay? So I'm not blaming Dembele for nothing. I'm willing to give him time, and I'm willing to do so whenever Valverde sees fit. Whether it's tonight or later this week in the Copa Catalunya, perfect. If I would have liked to have seen it against Las Palmas, yes. I'm not gonna lie. I would have liked to have seen him play in Las Palmas. I thought that would have been perfect. Valverde said no. Okay, you're the boss. Okay, you're the boss. If you say no, then who am I? We can sit here and debate, but what I don't want is what we are seeing currently, for example, with Andre Gomes. That there's a witch hunt going on against Valverde, against his decisions, and against Andre Gomes, and that leads me to Bora Markovic, your question to my honest opinion on Andre Gomes. Okay. I'm just going through some other stuff. Mohammed saying Gomes don't deserve Barça. Obuse Favor saying Gomes really need to leave Barça. Taiti saying good afternoon, because here it's 3:10. What's going on, Taiti? Barça Blaugrana is loyal there. So let's get into it, okay? Andre Gomes. What happened when Andre Gomes got onto the pitch? What happened when Andre Gomes got onto the pitch was nothing short of straight up bullying, okay? What is happening with him right now is he's being bullied. He's being bullied, and I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't want to see it as a culé. I don't want to see it from a human perspective of him as a human being. What this guy is having to endure is absolutely shameful on part of us culés, or at least the ones that go to the stadium and insult him and intimidate him, laugh at him, ironic clapping, etc., etc., etc. Just every time he touches the ball, you see it. You see it in Andre Gomes. He gets nervous. Okay, statistics don't lie. Shit, I forgot. I was supposed to get. Okay, let me see if I can find it. But there's statistics out there. I'll put them in the comment section afterwards that show that Andre Gomes has better statistics when he plays away from the Camp Nou as opposed to when he plays at home. Now that is messed up. Okay, that is messed up, and that has nothing to do with the fact that other than the fact that at home he plays scared, and we saw it over the weekend. We saw it as soon as he touches that first ball. You hear like it run murmurs, going through the Camp Nou. Whoa, oh, look at it. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball. I knew it. Andre Gomes lost the ball. Yeah, well, guess what? The boy's shitting in his pants, okay? He's 24 years old. He's a young kid. He's a young kid that things maybe haven't worked out really in his favor. Am I sitting here defending Andre Gomes from a skill perspective? Do I think that he's a player capable of playing in the squad? Maybe. He's had good games. He's had good games. He's had bad games. Would I miss him if he would leave Barça? No. I think La Masia, for example, has players fit or capable to fill in a role of Andre Gomes, especially when you take into account that he came for 35 million. But to go from that to the extreme, to every time now chanting or making fun of him, mocking him, bullying him when he touches the ball and he's out on the pitch is absolutely shameful, and I'm fully against that. And who are we doing any favors here? Are we doing Barça favors? No, señor. Certainly not. Most certainly not. It is the opposite. We're not doing him or the team any favors. He's not going to play better with us making fun of him. He's not going to play better with us bullying him. He's not going to turn around to the crowd and go, "Oh, thanks guys, I got it now. Oh, I feel the fire." Eye of the tiger. He's not going to hear like dun 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 dun. He's not going to start playing better hearing Eye of the Tiger in his head. And look. And in that sense, I really, really, really want to commend the rest of the team, the players, the likes of Ter Stegen, players the like of Piqué, who at some point turned around and just, plantó la cara en frente de la afición, just reprochó, coño, what's this English word? Basically, really stuck up for Andre Gomes, okay, and went against maybe it was the minority, but went against what the general public in the Camp Nou was saying, the abuse that they were giving Andre Gomes. And I want to show you guys a bit of highlights of that in case you didn't, or if you don't believe me. Here we see in El Día Después, just take a look at what happens here, okay? Andre Gomes probably lost the ball. Tough luck on you, buddy. People clapping. Look at Ter Stegen. He's saying, what the he's saying, come on. Vamos, coño! Complaining. Ter Stegen, I'm going to play it again. Complaining to his home fans for the abuse and the bullying towards Andre Gomes. Vamos! Joder! Pero ¿qué coño es esto? ¿Qué coño es esto? And look at Valverde. Valverde, you think he's any different? Hell no. Okay? Valverde knows the players that he can trust. We're not out there on a day-to-day basis. We're not out there in the training ground. And I understand completely why. Don't tell me this is freezing up on me. I understand why Valverde would choose Andre Gomes. Because he's a player that he trusts. He's a player that is able to retain the ball. Okay, he's got physical strength. In that sense, he's probably the closest to Andres Iniesta of what is out there on the bench. Certainly Paulinho is not a come on, man, what's happening here? All right, sorry, it's taking a little while to load, but certainly Paulinho is not an Iniesta type of player, and Dembele is not an Iniesta type of player. So if you're finding yourself with an Andres Iniesta who's injured, who you gonna put in? I knew that Valverde was gonna put Andre Gomes in. I knew it. Look at Valverde's reaction. Okay, just look. In case for those who haven't, maybe some of you have seen it. Pero qué coño es esto? Puta. Pero mira lo que dice. Puta madre, hostia, joder. He's pissed off. He's saying, you sons of bitch, what the He's saying a whole bunch of bad words that I probably shouldn't be repeating. After he's hearing this constant bullying, persistent burla, was it bullying, just making fun, mockery of Andre Gomes. Okay? I'm not having it. I'm not on this bandwagon. I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing. And quite frankly, in my opinion, it needs to stop. Now, Piqué also did something. I can't find the footage of that. All right? Adrian saying, did you see the footage of Ter Stegen riding his scooter? No, I did not. Send me that because it sounds kind of funny. All right, man. Anyway, look, so that is my opinion on Dembele. That is my opinion on Andre Gomes. That's really what I wanted to get off my chest after this post-match, Barça Atletico post-match. Something I think that needs to be addressed, and I'm hoping that at least we can support. There may be players I like more or less on the Barça squad. Of course there are. There are people I like more or less in my own family. But that doesn't mean that I won't support or back anybody that wears a Barça shirt or that has a Lorraine as a last name. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing ourselves or the team any favor with this attitude. Leave the criticism of their own players. Let's leave that to another club who is famous for whistling and mocking their own players at their home ground. Okay? Let's leave that to another club. And you all know who I'm referring to. Let me take a couple of your questions before I call it a day. Okay, this very lively 25 minutes in dspot episode reporting for Barça Blaugranes. In fact, you know what? Before I get to your questions, why don't we have a little look at the Twitter account? Subscribe to the Twitter of Barça Blaugranes if you haven't already. Okay, look at that. At Blaugranes Barça, mixing it up a little bit. Barça Blaugranes at Blaugranes Barça, where today's news is all about this guy right here. Artur admits he's nervous about a move to Barcelona. And you know what? I'm not surprised, bro. I am not surprised given the pressure and the reception that our new players are receiving. My days. Let's have a look what Arthur had to say. Poor Arthur. Imagine his first match at Barça, he loses the ball and people will already be saying, si no vale nada, he shouldn't be wearing a Barça shirt. Why did we buy this guy for 50, 30 million? Blah, blah, blah. Let's see what he had to say, okay? He talked to Mundo Deportivo and he said, my agents are closing the signing. Of course I'm nervous. It's a normal thing. It is a very important moment, but there is nothing better than being with the family at this time. I am sure they will solve for the best. That is the most important thing. I speak daily with my representative, with Gremio lawyer, and with the CEO about this situation. The result of the negotiation has not yet happened. Okay? This transfer, let's see who wrote this. Probably our site manager, Jill Clark, doing a fantastic job breaking this news for the Barça Blaugranes. She's saying that this is a transfer that has seemingly been in progress for many months now. Absolutely true. But let's hope Barcelona can wrap it up soon. Although it's expected he will not arrive until 2019. That is true. The first month, January of 2019, that is when people are expecting him to arrive. Oh, yo, hold on a second. I see. Man, I can't click on the link. La Vanguardia, Ter Stegen, Patinete. Thanks, Bora. I see you posting that link. I can't seem to click on it though. Let me figure something out. In the meantime, I appreciate you though so quick on sending me that link over. Here's a little bit of video footage of Felipe Coutinho, Luis Suarez playing tech ball. You guys should have a look at that. Let's have a look at, for those wondering about Iniesta's injury, give you guys a little update. Written by our very own Luis Mazariegos, based over in New York City. What's up, New York? He's saying that Andres Iniesta is going to attempt to do everything possible to be fit for Barcelona's second leg clash with Chelsea in the UEFA Champions League, despite an injury that many predicted would take 3 to 4 weeks to heal. So again, over here, nothing is set in stone yet. Iniesta, of course, will be dying to play that game. Absolutely crucial match against Chelsea next week over in the Camp Nou. We won't be able to count on Coutinho, so that is, all the more reason to keep our fingers crossed and pray to the gods, to the footballing gods, that our Don Andres Iniesta will be fit for that match. Let's hope so. Let's certainly hope so. What else, guys? I'm on 29 minutes. Well, that means I'm going to be taking a couple of your preguntas, a couple of your questions or comments, and then call it a day. All right? So, let me scroll up a little bit. Tathy saying, what's the use of the gym at Barcelona training camp? In Dembele's case, he should be at the gym for special training for his legs. Yeah. Dembele needs to beefing up a little bit, huh? He's a little bit scrawny, but he will. He's only 20, I'm sure. But I'm sure that I reportedly now, take this with a grain of salt. But I read an article yesterday that his habits are kind of concerning the Barça technical team, Valverde and his squad, his team of physicians and personal trainers, etc. Apparently, he likes the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, and the KFC. He likes a lot of junk food, and maybe has been seen out once or twice until late in the evenings. I don't know if that is true. I cannot confirm. Clement is saying Gomez needs the support of all of us and not the boost. Clement, my man, talking sense, talking saints, sensible comments. That is what I'm talking about. Thank you for supporting me on that. Sad. Oh, here we go. All right, Sad, what do you have to say? You think booing our players might scare off younger talents? Oh, Sad, I was expecting a little more rude comments coming from you. Yes, I do think so. That's why, when we were reading the article before about Arthur saying I'm nervous of coming, I'll be nervous too. I'll be like, oh shit, am I really going to play for these guys who have zero patience? And as soon as I lose a ball, that just accumulates, man. It accumulates. Of course. It's daunting. It's intimidating. Tathy saying, why Valverde never give Sergi Palencia some playing time? Because he's a real right back defender. Actually, Barça doesn't have a right back. Well, we have Sergi Roberto. We have Semedo. Palencia is the future. I have no doubt in that. But in terms of, incorporating new players, right now, Barça already has an overbooking. Barça's, I think the squad is it 26? Not 26 anymore. I think it's 25 players now. Valverde is renowned to have very tight squads. His preferred number of players in the squad is 22. So can you imagine? So yeah, there's players in the Barça B team knocking on the door. Can we get a bit of time? Can we get a bit of playing time? Arnaiz comes to mind. Aleña, Palencia, of course. All these guys, their time will come. Patience. Patience is the name of the game and of this episode. Andre van Pel must be a Dutchie. Hoe gaat die gozer? Ik ben natuurlijk ook half Nederlands. Don't you forget, half Dutchie. So Andre van Pel, I'm going to pronounce these names as they are supposed to. Plus 6 months adapting time. I think so. Another 6 months and we'll see, where Semedo is at. Couple of more. Clement saying, why do you think who would be the best replacement for Iniesta in Barça's UEFA Champions League? Do I dare say it? Andre Gomes. Oh, I said it. Okay, no, look. Given the fact that Andre Gomes is playing with so much fear, I don't think he's the best replacement. I would like to see Paulinho of old that we saw in the beginning of the season. Well aware of the fact that Paulinho doesn't have at all the same qualities of Andres Iniesta, of course. That is a completely different game. So if Andre Gomes is 100% fit and capable to sort of fulfill the role of Andres Iniesta, I would like to see Paulinho, because right now, I'm saying that with a heavy heart, but Andre Gomes is just not, I think, mentally not there, and that I blame that on us. I blame that on the culés that are mocking him. Not his fault. But that's what I think. So Paulinho would be my guess. That double pivot, the double pivot between Busquets and Rakitic is phenomenal. It's been phenomenal this season, and I don't want to touch any of that. So, Bora saying Griezmann, where do you see him fit? I can't seem to find a spot for him other than on the bench. And Saad saying to younger culés, get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. Get off. Get off. I like that side of side. Yeah, guys, get off my lawn. I'm old and grumpy. I'm sitting on my lawn. Get off my porch. All right? Get off my property. But in terms of Griezmann, Bora, look, I don't know right now. I think Valverde is like dreading also the arrival of Griezmann because he's got so much to figure out with, Coutinho, Dembele, Yerry Mina as well. A lot of people are like, hey, how can you not take Yerry Mina? Because we have Fermanen who's finally fit and playing phenomenal. Okay, patience, people. We have Barça B players now. Do I think Griezmann will come? I guess so. I guess that's what the newspapers are reporting. I don't know how it's going to fit, guys. I don't know. Right now, that's a whole nother topic. We could talk in a whole nother dspot episode that we'll dedicate about that when it's time. For now, Griezmann, he's still with Atletico. And I've said it on Churros y Tácticas as well. I said, let's keep him there because I would like to see a competitive La Liga and competitive Atletico, competitive teams competing to make this Liga, La Liga, the most competitive and best in the world, or continue to be the best in the world. As I'm saying, prediction for Chelsea Barça. I don't like to do often predictions. They sometimes, more often than not, seem to backfire. I think we will go through, okay? Don't ask me for a scoreline, but Barça will go through. Barça will go through. We're going through to the next round. We're going through to the quarterfinals. All right, guys? Listen, that is it from me. Make sure if you haven't already to check out my YouTube channel. All right. That is youtube.com/c/dspot. Hit that subscribe button and be part of the thousands of other subscribers. I can now say thousands. Okay. Thousands. We broke the 1,000 mark. We are 1,015 subscribers. So click that subscribe button and join the dspot community over on my YouTube channel. And while you're at it, click that notifications as well because I go live spontaneously, guys. All right, that's what I do. I just pop up, go live, and I'm sorry that my schedule doesn't allow me to be as perhaps organized as I want to be. But all right. That's it, guys. That is all for me. Stay healthy, says Bora. Likewise, my friend. All of you guys have a beautiful week. Rest of the week. Let's hope for a PSG win tonight. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see Di Maria out there. I think Di Maria's licking his chops and he's got something special in store tonight. Let's see. Vamos a ver. Vamos PSG. That's all I say. Guys, hasta la próxima. Have a beautiful week, like I said. Y nada, chicos. Stay healthy, I guess. Stay healthy, Bora. I like that one. Stay healthy. Healthy it is. Peace.